Hello! I hope you and yours are well. Let's get down to some business. The Lord's business. Question 1. Moses killed and buried an Egyptian in the sand. Is that true or false? And that's true. You'll find the description in Exodus chapter 2. Question 2. The Israelites were in bondage for over 400 years. True or false? And that's true. They were in bondage for 410 years, according to Exodus chapter 12. Question 3. David was 50 years old when he became king. And that is false. 2 Samuel chapter 5 says he was 30. Question 4. In the book of Revelation, hailstones weighed 100 pounds each. True or false? And that's true. Those mighty hailstones were in Revelation chapter 16. Question 5. Eve is the mother of all the living. And that's true, outlined in Genesis chapter 3. Question 6. Abraham was the son of Haran. And that's false. Haran was Abraham's brother. Question 7. Noah's Ark was 300 cubits long. And that's true, according to Genesis chapter 6. Question 8. Haman was hanged for plotting against the Jews. And that's true. You'll find the description in Esther chapter 7. Question 9. The 20 sons of Haman were also hanged on the same gallows as Haman. And that's false. Only 10 sons of Haman were hanged. Well, that's enough for anyone, isn't it? Question 10. Judas hanged himself after betraying Jesus. And that is true. You find that in Matthew chapter 27. Question 11. Who was the first judge in the Bible? Was it Elon, Yair, Abdon, or Othniel? And that was Othniel. You find him mentioned in Judges chapter 3. Question 12. Who wrote the book of Revelation? And that was John, self-described in Revelation chapter 1. Question 13. In Revelation, which church is addressed first? Is it Smyrna, Pergamos, Ephesus, or Thyatira? And the first church is Ephesus in Revelation chapter 2. Question 14. Who went with Paul on his first missionary journey? Was it Barnabas, Stephen, Silas, or James? And that was Barnabas in Acts chapter 13. Question 15. Which book of the New Testament tells of Paul's conversion? Is that in Romans, Colossians, Acts, or Titus? And the incident on the road to Damascus is in Acts chapter 9. Question 16. What blind man was healed by Jesus? Was it Ananias, Saul, Jude, or Bartimaeus? And that was Bartimaeus. He features in Mark chapter 10. Question 17. Who was king of Judea when Jesus was born? Was it Herod, Ahab, Jehu, or Jotham? And of course, that was Herod, mentioned in Matthew chapter 2. Question 18. To whom did God say, "Arise and go into the street which is called Straight"? Was that Ananias, Alphaeus, Elias, or John? And that was Ananias in Acts chapter 9. Question 19. Which chapter of the Bible covers the subject of love? Is that in Mark chapter 14, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Philippians chapter 4, or Genesis chapter 3? Well, I suppose the whole Bible covers the subject of love in some respect, but this answer is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And question 20. In Psalm 23, what does the psalmist say brings him comfort? Is it the still waters, the anointing oil, God's staff and rod, or the green pastures? And the comfort comes from God's staff and rod. And as we get to the end, I wish you and yours a very good day. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.